Hi, welcome back to Template Tasting Friday. And we have got the amazing Diane Russell here today. And she is going to be sharing with you a brand new template that is a part of her new line called Designs by Di. And it's going to be used in her upcoming Zoom class. So tell us a little bit about the template and the class, Diane.
The template is amazing. It is for those of you who have, hello, everybody, by the way, don't mean to be rude. For those of you that have purchased the Butterflies and Botanicals 5-piece template set, this is a template that is an addition to it, but it complements and works beautifully with the other templates. So in this 5-piece pack, you have the large Plumeria template, which looks like this. And now we are coming out with the small Plumeria template. And this template is really cool because it can be used in conjunction with your large template. And I'll be showing you some designs for that. And it can also be used to make these beautiful flowers. um, I have only been to Hawaii once. I fell absolutely in love with it, and I fell in love with Plumeria flowers. And so when I started doing all my sketching and thinking and hoping, this is one of the petals and one of the flowers I really wanted to showcase. So now you have the large one that comes in the template set, and now we're going to be selling separately the small Plumeria, and we are going to be doing all sorts of different designs with it. And this is really going to give you a lot of options and a lot of ways to make flowers look realistic. We're also going to be working with our traditional look, which, just to show you, here is one that is I used the 6-point crosshair ruler, and I did the overlapping because I absolutely love these little spaces that you can either cut out with template, or it just adds a beautiful movement to the flower. So you can be doing things like this, and then you can also be doing things where the petals all kind of overlap each other, and it tends to look more like a natural botanical flower. So we're going to be learning how to do those. I'm going to show you all sorts of different ways that you can use these templates. And I just hope you're as excited about the small Plumeria petal as I am. It is definitely one of my favorites. So let's show you a couple things of what you can do with it. And the first one, of course, is the one I just showed you with the 6-point crosshair ruler. I use the set of mini rulers. It has a 5-point, a 6-point, and an 8-point. And I just find it a lot easier to do as I'm building a design out. And we'll be talking about this quilt in a little bit. This is the upcoming Garden of Capri. It is a Zoom class, a 3-week class with a bonus class, and we are going to be learning the technique of designing as you go. And the Plumeria petal comes into play a lot with that because, as you can see, everything is very natural looking and very botanical looking. So we'll talk more about that in a little bit, but I want to show you just a few different things of what this ruler can do because I absolutely love it. So here it is. You have a pointed end, and this really comes to a point, which I think is beautiful. And I'll show you really quick how you can overlap so that it looks more like a natural flower. For this one, I wanted to show you this one because I'll be showing you how to do something similar in our next half hour together. But this one is, I took the 5-point crosshair ruler and I made 10 rotations. And then I used the pin in the center so that it would bring my petals out farther because I wanted it to look like a sunflower. So I have my 10 petals out, and then if I put something in the middle, look how that turns it into a really cool flower. You can do this. I happen to love embellishments. I love buttons. I love threads. I love everything that you can possibly imagine that will go with it. So this is another look that you can get, or you can put somebody's initials in the middle. You could monogram it. You could even put, my niece wants me to do pictures of my great niece and do her picture in the middle and then do the petals around, because she refers to her as my sunshine. So there's lots you can do with that. You can also add stems and leaves, which we will be doing. We did it in the Butterflies and Botanical class that came with the template set that you can also get on the university. And it's called Into My Garden. Because if you've taken classes from me before, you know that I can't grow anything outside. It's a disaster. So this is my way of showcasing my love of flowers. Here's a whole bunch of other things you can do with this new Plumeria template. You can turn it into a double layered flower, which I think is absolutely beautiful. I'm actually going to be using this on a baby quilt that I'm making, because this is perfect for, I'm using charm squares, and this is just the perfect size template. So that is, I'm going to show you how to use this today, but that is simply doubling up, doing it without a pin and with the pin. Then we have a 6-pointed crosshair ruler. You do one big leaf or one big petal, and then you go around so that they're overlapping and behind. This is one of my favorites too, because this one is a little more traditional, and it's a 6-pointed crosshair, and you have everything is overlapping, and this is absolutely gorgeous. I think, especially when you do a template method on it, which is the cutaway method. So you can do that. This I wanted to show you because sometimes I don't like what I do. And sometimes I think everybody is very critical of their own work. So I wanted to show you how I was playing around. And after I got done playing around, I
Hey,
thought,
hey, Diane.
yes.
I think we are going to need to see if we can fix your camera because it has left us for a minute. So let
Oh,
me go ahead and see if we can bring your camera back in
okay.
to
Because
view.
I'm
We can hear you. We just can't see you.
seeing me just
So
fine.
there you are. Now we
Okay,
see
am
you.
I back?
You're back.
Perfect. Sorry about that,
Okay.
folks. Very
I
sorry
think
about
it's
that.
all fixed.
Awesome.
There was a great question that came in. Someone was asking, how big is that plumeria, the small plumeria?
The plumeria, let me get my ruler out and I will let you know. If we're doing just a single flower, then we are looking at, hold on, I need a different ruler that I can see. The older I get, the worse my eyes get. So a single petaled flower is going to be about 2.5 inches. And then if we're doing the double, where we're using no pin and then using the pin, then that brings it out to about a 3.5. So I would put that into a 5-inch. This is the block I was talking about that I want to do in my 5-inch charm square. But
Okay.
the actual point to point is 3.5.
Okay. So I'm being told that you're still not visible. So I think we might need you to exit and come back in.
Okay.
Okay. This happens sometimes. So we'll have you exit and come back in, and then you should be visible. Hi, everyone. All right, we've got Diane back. Got it.
Yay.
And here we go. Can you
Great.
see now?
I'm sorry.
Hoping, everyone, hoping we can see you now.
Okay. I can see me. Can you see me, Stacy?
I can see you.
Okay. Everybody let
Hallelujah.
Stacy know.
Oh, good. And you're able to measure it.
Yes. Yes, I always have my rulers next to me. So this double, which is the small plumeria, then we're going to put the pin in it and we're going to do a bigger design. This measures approximately 4 inches. So this is absolutely perfect to put in a 5-inch charm square. So I
Ooh,
know
I
a
love
lot of
it.
people love to make charm square quilts. This is a perfect design and it works up so quickly. So I'm going to start with that. I'm going to start showing you how to do that design because I think it's a lot of fun. So what I have done is I have already taken my fabric because I always have tons of um, sandwiches sitting here. So I've used my 5-point crosshair ruler and I've laid in 5 lines and then I've turned it like you all know how to do, and I've laid in 5 more. So we have 10 lines that are laid in. I also put in the pin that comes with all the rulers, and I just put a piece of tape over it, just hold it down. So I have the pin that is in there. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to work around the pin because I used to start by doing my 5 closest and then I would put the pin in. And I realized that if I just work around the pin, it's absolutely fine. So I'm just going to lay this over and I am going to do every other line. I'm not going to do every line. So I'm going to mark these a little better so you can just see. Believe it or not, I just marked these a little while ago and the chalk has already faded off. So we're just going to lay them in a little better. And what I usually tell people to do is a lot of times I will number 1 through 10 around my block. And that way it's just a little bit easier to keep track of what rotation I'm doing. So if I was to number it, it would be, we're going to skip over and we're going to do only the odd numbers. We're going to lay this down. Actually, hang on 1 second because I'm going to grab another piece and I'm going to do something a little bit different. So we're going to lay it down. We're going to make our 5 rotations with our 5-point crosshair ruler, which these rulers I think are absolutely fantastic. The reason I like them so much is because, first of all, you get 3 different sizes. And if you have to extend your lines, all you have to do is set your ruler down and extend your line. So these are great for traveling. These are great for taking to classes. And it's really economical because you are getting 3 different crosshair rulers in one pack. And you're getting all the sizes you need, except for we now have a 16-point and a 32-point, and I own them both and I absolutely love them. So we're going to put this down. We're going to take, as you know, we're always going to bring up our bobbin. I've turned the camera light off so that you're able to see a little bit better. So just bear with me because it's harder for me to see. The older I get, the worse my eyes get. Okay, so we've got our needle down and we have the little slip in. And this to me is just the best thing ever. I love the key system that we used to have, but this is just quicker and easier. So what we're going to do is We're going to start at the center. I've got both of my threads in my hand. Well, I had them both in my hand. It's so funny because when you're not on camera, you can do this stuff seamlessly and it always works. So I'm just going to do a half of a rotation and then I'm going to go back with my duckbills and just cut my threads so that they're out of the way. And then I'm going to finish doing the other part of the rotation, and we'll just move this down so you can see it better. So there is our first. Now we're going to skip over one of our crosshairs and we're going to go to the other one, and we're doing every other one, which you can either, if you number them, it can either be your odds or your evens. It doesn't matter which. And we're just going to lay in those 5 petals, because then we'll put the pin in and I'll show you how cool this design is. And this goes really, really fast, which I love. It goes even faster when you're not talking and you don't have a camera in front of you. So that, we're going to take that out, and there are our 5 rotations. So now I am going to take my pin and I'm going to put it through the very center just to make a pinhole in the back, because you've got a lot of threads in there now. And I'm just going to take this off camera so I can see it a little easier. And I'm going to lay the pin in the back so that the pointy part of the pin is going to come up through my fabric. And then that is going to attach to my template. Just makes it all so easy. So we've got the pin in there. I'm going to take the template and I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to lay it on. There we go. Okay. So now we have that laid in, and remember, we are going to be doing all of the rotations, all 10 rotations we're going to be doing around this. So I can take out, I always put a pin in there just to hold everything down. I'm going to take that out. We'll bring up our threads and we're going to start. I want you to see this really carefully. We're going to start at the thread line and we're going to go around and we're going to stop at this thread line. So we're not going to go all the way down and overlap. It just looks better when you do it this way. So I'm going to hold that down, get that, drop in, pull up my threads, and that dropped right at the perfect location. And I love the look of this. I just think it's really cool. And then here's the other cool thing. You can be using the large Plumeria with this as you're working. So you can use, and this will extend it even further, the large Plumeria petal template, the one that came in the kit. You can also couple it with this. So I'm going to move this over and just lift up my threads. And I just have to put a little more light on this. I hope it doesn't bother anyone's view, but otherwise I can't see. So we're going to bring that around and we're going to stop at the sew line. And then because you're on the pin, this just automatically moves in place. So I'm just going to move this up so it's going to land back on the sew line again. And we'll come down and we're just going to go all the way around. And once you complete all of the rotations, it will look just like this. So that's how you get that. That's how easy it is to get that. And I'll finish that up later because I don't want to bore you with doing rotations continually, but that's how easy it is to get that look. So that's one look you can get. You can also get with these rulers, I'm going to show you how you can do either a straight up design. Okay, so here is this one. I did only 4 rotations. I did my north, east, south, and west, and I did my 4 rotations. I can also put a pin in here, and I can do more rotations with that. So if I wanted to use my 8 rotation marker, because sometimes I just sit down and play with these, and I don't necessarily have the lines in. So I'm just going to throw these lines in so you can see what I'm talking about. Because that's something else you can do with these rulers, are you can either use the crosshair and you're going to get that beautiful precision, or you can just go off the grid and not use the crosshair and just do your own thing. So I want to show you what this one comes out like. If you wanted to use your large ruler on top of it, you can use that. So I can put that in. Now, something I wasn't going to show you, but I think I am going to show you because I think it's really cool. Does anybody already own the Echo Guides? The Echo Guides are absolutely phenomenal. And they come in 3 different sizes. I'm just going to pull out. We just ran a special. I don't know if it's still on special, but we ran a special that I just had to get because it was blue with the stitching line discs and a blue. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? And then a lanyard for it. But these stitching line discs, if you haven't used them, you need to play with them because they are phenomenal. So I wasn't going to show you this, but I'm going to show you this now. This is the 1 inch. You also have 3/4 of an inch. We'll flip them over so you can see. And then you have the 1/2 of an inch. So I'm going to show you how to use the 1/2 of an inch. And we're going to use the large Plumeria that came in your kit because then we're going to couple it with the small Plumeria. So let me get a fresh.
A couple of things there, Diane.
Yes.
I wanted to let everyone know I did just post a link to the small plumeria again. It is available. There was a moment where it wouldn't let anybody buy it, but it's
Oh,
buyable now. So you can actually get it. And then I know that you have showed it off, but I wanted to make sure everyone knows that this is an essential template for the Zoom class that still has a few spots left, but it's limited seats for a Zoom class
yes.
that's going to be starting in September. So I'm sure you'll tell them a little bit more about that. But I did just post a link.
Yeah, we're going to go over the Zoom class because that is coming up fast and furious. And like Stacy said, there's only a few seats left. So please, if you are interested in doing it, then you want to get in on it right away. I'm fast at work getting ready for it, and I am so excited to get ready for it. And I see we're running out of time. So I'm just going to show this to you. This is combining the large Plumeria petal that came in your kit. And with this, I used the seam, the Echo Guide. And it was very easy to use. All I had to do, and I'm just going to do it on a corner here so you can see. All I did was attach this to my foot, which would be easier if you could see it, and see how that just attaches. All I did was drop it down and then I lifted it up and I just gave it a little snug tap. And I am going to put this in. We're going to bring up our bobbin thread, because the one time that I don't bring up the bobbin thread is going to be the catastrophe underneath. So I'm going to hold both threads. This Echo Guide is going to make the template a half of an inch smaller, but on the inside. And I just love this. I think this is so cool. And it's going to come down. Oh, I didn't have that snug enough on, and that was my fault. I apologize. So we're going to bring this down just a little bit, and there we go. And it was right about here. And you can see how it gave you yet another size. So this is very easy then to take this small size and to put the small Plumeria petal that we're showcasing today, to put that right inside of the design. And that was simply by using the Echo Guides, which I'm sure most people have the Echo Guides, but I know that it took me a long time to use them because I was basically afraid of them. I didn't know exactly what to do with them. We're going to be using these two for the Zoom class because we're going to be making our butterfly bigger. So we'll be using these as well. But since we're short on time, I am going to show you what's coming up for the Zoom class. It is called Garden of Capri. And this is showcasing, let me see if I can move the camera out so you can see it better. Nope, we're going to turn it this way. Okay. This is on University, so you can see the full-size quilt, but this is showcasing all of the rulers and the small Plumeria petal, which is essential for this class because we are going to design as we go by layering over all of the flowers. And we're going to be doing that. Nobody's is going to be alike because there is no pattern involved in that. You're going to learn how to design as you go. And it's just so freeing and so much fun to do. So in the class, in the Zoom class, we're going to be covering all of the rulers. We're going to be doing the tulips. We're going to be doing I don't know what these are called. I call them pretty flowers. We're also going to be learning how to do free form leaves and how to do your stems. We're going to be using the decorative about that. Oh, Jesus. Hold on.
What's going on? I see you.
You do see me? Because I
Yeah.
don't see you.
Oh,
All
that's
right.
okay.
As long as you can see me. Oh, there you are. I'm back. Sorry, my alarm went off for my pills. So we're going to be doing for this class, this is going to be my favorite part with the small Plumeria petal. We're going to be designing as we go. I'm going to teach you how to thread paint. I'm going to teach you how to embellish. As I started to say and then freaked out, we're going to be using the decorative ruler foot. So if you have it and you haven't used it yet, we are going to be creating a lot of really cool designs within the rulers and also freeform. We're also going to be painting fabric. And we're going to be doing a host of other things for this class. It's a 3-week class, 3 Saturdays in September, starting on September 16th, I believe. My brother's getting married the week before, so that's why I can't have the class starting at the beginning of September. But it's going to be 3 Saturdays in a row, and we're going to have a bonus class prior to that on Tuesday, the 5th of September. And we're going to be going over any questions that people have, anything that they want to learn. I'm going to be showing a lot of different colorways that you can use. And it's just going to be a really fun, innovative class. We're also going to be doing little bumblebees. And we're going to be launching, shall we tell them, Stacy, what we're launching next week? Next week, we are going to be launching a new ruler that also complements this class and the butterflies and botanicals set. It's something that's optional. You don't have to get it, but it's really cool. And I'm going to show you some really cool techniques that you can do with it.
Oh,
So
no.
we
Okay.
we
That sounds amazing. I just wanted to let you know that we lost your screen again. Yeah,
how
but we can hear you.
I know, but the
So,
best part is what I'm showing.
well, I think you should go out and come back in. And while you're doing that, I'll tell everybody about the amazing giveaway that we have coming up this week.
Perfect.
Okay. So while Diane is going out and coming back in, I want to let everybody know I did post a link to this, but we do have a new giveaway that we're starting this week, and it is actually in honor of us coming up on Back to School September. So we're going back to basics for back to school, and our September Wednesday Wonders and Template Tasting Fridays are going to be dedicated to the basics, guys. So we're going to be showing off and giving fun classes on how to do all kinds of cool things with your basic starter set, your sampler set, your arced ruler, and your bloom template. So we've got some really fun classes that are coming up. We're going to be highlighting. And so because of that, our giveaway that we're launching this week is actually tied to the bloom template. So we're going to be giving away the So Steady bloom template this week. I have posted a link to that, so you can check that out. And that is the So City Bloom template is a exclusive, so you can get that from any of our resellers. You can type in So City Bloom or Wesley Design Bloom template and find that out there. But I did post a link to that, and then we did just announce the winner of our oval template from last week. So now, Diane, tell them the most exciting thing.
Okay, the most exciting thing, and by the way, I love the bloom template, and you will too. So make sure you tune in for that. Most exciting thing is this week we launched the small Plumeria petal, which we will be using a lot in a variety of classes I will be having in the next year and 6 months. But we are also going to be launching a brand new template next week that complements the butterflies and botanical line. And it's something that is optional. It's not something you have to have for this class, but it is a dragonfly and it's so cool. And I think you'll really like it because we're going to be doing some really different things with it. We're going to be creating the dragonfly out of purely threads, and dragonfly will be like floating. And we're just going to be doing a lot of different things with the dragonfly. So that is next Wednesday, Stacy, the 30th of August, I believe we're going to do that.
Thursday.
Thursday. So Thursday we will be doing that, and it will be a blast. And I hope that you can tune in and see what I'll be doing with it. I'm
I'm
very
super
excited.
excited.
Me
Well, again,
too.
join us next Thursday to see some amazing new designs. I've posted the link for the Garden of Capri. Still a few spots left for that. You can take advantage of the amazing butterflies and botanical sampler. And then all you need in addition to that is that small plumeria. So we kicked that off today because that's going to round you out. If you already got the butterflies and botanical sampler, which is an amazing sampler set, you're going to absolutely love if you love that type of kind of whimsical designs, which I do, and I absolutely love your fabric too, Diane.
Thank you.
All you're going to need is that small plumeria to go with the Garden of Capri class, which is going to be launching again in the middle of September. So Thank you all so much for joining today. We're sorry for a little bit of the technical difficulties, but I think we got the message out, Diane. I
Wonderful.
think we got
Yes.
to
Thank you
share all of
so
your
much.
beautifulness, and I'm excited to be launching your next design in the lineup. And then join us again next Thursday, where we're going to be sharing with you all the brand new Dragonfly.
Thank you so much for being here. Have a great weekend.
Happy template tasting, and we'll see you all next week. Thanks, everyone.